Hello guys, this weekend is Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. It's the 4:30 kickoff on Sunday, so let's get into it. Let's see what what we're going to go with. So obviously, because of injuries, I reckon it will be the same team that face Sevilla in midweek. But obviously, Sancho, Anthony, Sabitzer, Fernandez, Casemiro. I reckon it will be Malacia. I don't think it'll be Luke Shaw. There is 50-50 chance that Luke Shaw and McTominay will be back for this game, but I don't think it will be Luke Shaw. I reckon it will be Lindelof and Maguire, and I reckon he'll go with Delo as well, and then obviously David De Gea in net. And let's play match, and let's talk about the last league result, which was a 2-0 victory against Everton. It should have been more. It could have been 4 or 5. We were literally first half. We were literally all over Everton, and it was just like every shot that was, if it wasn't for Pickford, United would have been 2 or 3 up in like the first couple of minutes. Rashford had a chance. Rashford had a chance. Oh, what a save! Rashford had a chance. Anthony had a couple chances. McTominay got the goal, but Wan-Bissaka missed an open goal. It was just one of them. It was just one of them games where it didn't look like it was coming, but like I said, it did come through. Scott McTominay. It was good play from United. It's typical. Typical United, a goal from out of nowhere, and it was. Oh, was that free? What? I was going to say, why is it a foul? So it just come out of nowhere. A good run from Scott McTominay, and he put it Sancho with the with the assist, and it was just one of them. It was just one of them good balls in, and then he put it past. He put it past Pickford, and that was 1-0. And like I said, Anthony had so many chances. We could have been 2 or 3. It was just like, when is it going to come? And thank God we scored. But yeah, it was just one of them games where it didn't look like it was coming, and then obviously McTominay got the first goal. So went into half time, winning 1-0. So it was only It didn't look like it was going to be 1-0 at half time. It looked like it was going to be one of them 0-0s. But we got that goal through with McTominay, and we went into half time at winning 1-0. And then second half, we didn't really start that well. Second half, they made the changes, I think, because obviously we were just hitting them over the top with a couple balls over the top, and in the end, I think we played. It wasn't the best performance second half, but we did get the second goal through Martial. It was a mistake from. It was a mistake from. Who was it? It was Coleman, I think. It's just a long ball from Martinez, and he put it. It just went through Coleman's, and then Rashford was through, and then he just basically put it on a plate for what's his name. Martial, and it was a great touch, and then put it past Pickford. So then he got his goal. He's got his return goal, so that was pretty cool to get his return goal. But yeah, that was 2-0, and that was pretty much the end of the game after that. Well, it wasn't the end of the game, but we controlled the ball. We just literally controlled them, and it was 2-0. Everton didn't look like they was coming back, and we made substitutions, obviously, and in the end, obviously, we did lose Rashford in that game, so that's a bit of a disappointing thing. We did lose Rashford, unfortunately, but it's not as... Apparently, the injury is not as bad as it seems. We could be seeing him next weekend, apparently. I don't think we'll see him for the Seville game. There is a chance that he could start that game. But I don't think he will get back for that Seville game. I reckon he'll be rested for that Brighton game, because obviously the Brighton game is the one, really. Well, both games really are the ones. So going on to midweek, obviously it was a Seville game yesterday, and I'm still shocked, to be honest. What happened? So let's start with first half. First half, you know, no Rashford. So Martial played really well out front. He put Sabitzer was at number 10 as well. He played really well, and Sabitzer got 2 goals in the first half. Pretty easy goals, you know, good balls in from Bruno Fernandes. Great first touch. And then Sabitzer, oh my God, what a goal. Sabitzer just hit. It got a bit of luck with a deflection with the first goal, but it went through and scored. So then that was 1-0. And then literally a couple minutes later, Martial on the counter-attack put Sabitzer through, and it was a good finish from Sabitzer. So then that was 2-0. And then at half-time, it went into half-time, winning 2-0. At half-time, we lost Varane. He went down just before half-time with an injury, but he did play on for the last couple of bits for half-time, for the first half. And then Harry Maguire came on for him, so that was a bit of a situation there. But apparently Varane's injury is not as bad as Martinez, so we'll get onto that in a second. But yeah, the Seville game we drew 2-2, where in a game it should have been, you know, we should have put them away when it was 2-0. And you know, I think we had a chance with Weghorst just had it, and all he had to do is just pass it to someone who you know, in the end he passed it to, who did he pass it to? He passed it to I think it was Malacia in the end, but I think if you passed it to Alanga, he probably would have scored. It's just one of them. But yeah, a goal. They got a goal out of nothing. It was poor defending. Oh my Christ! It was poor defending from Malacia. Malacia just switched off, let the ball run through to Jesus Navas, and then Jesus Navas crossed it in. It came off Malacia, and then it came off De Gea. So it was an own goal. I think it was a De Gea own goal. I think I'm not too sure because the cross wasn't going in. So it was such an annoying concede. And then literally after that, Maguire, Martinez went down, and it was a poor. When it's one of them injuries where no one's around him, and he holds his ankles, and even his Argentine teammates. I don't know if you've seen it, the video, the picture of Acuna and Montiel, I think it was. You know, they both carried it. They carried them. They carried what's his name off, Martinez off, but it doesn't look good. Apparently, it's not the Achilles. It could be like the tendon, but even so, that would probably make him out for the rest of the season. Maybe I'm not too sure because he might be back, but I doubt he will. If it is his Achilles, then obviously he's going to be out for months. But I don't think it is that. I think it's apparently it's like his lower tendon or something like that. So that could be him out for the rest of the season, which is unfortunate because obviously Martinez is a great player for us, and he's been our main defender. And that even the Everton game, he's playing really well. And the next couple of games, it looks like it will be Lindelof and Maguire. Okay, Maguire played okay against Everton, but in the end, in the Sevilla game, he was poor when he came on, I thought. But yeah, so Sevilla did get a second goal through another own goal. It's Harry Maguire own goal. It's just a cross, and I think it was En-Nesyri with the header, and it came off. It literally came off Maguire's head of all things, and it went past David De Gea. David De Gea was flat-footed, so that was that. So in the end, we were, just poor second half. Obviously, we was down to 10 men. We did make substitutions as well. He made substitutions when it was 2-0. He brought off Anthony, and he brought off. Wow, that's a great camera angle. He brought off Anthony and Bruno Fernandes because of apparently they had their final warnings as they was on yellow cards. Which, talking of yellow cards, Bruno Fernandes' yellow card last night was ridiculous. It shouldn't have been a yellow card. Okay, it's a handball, but it's literally right in front of him, and the players diving for the shot block, and it more than anything. So how the referee gave a yellow card for that was ridiculous. And even in the second half, you saw a similar situation with the Sevilla player, and they didn't get yellow carded. So I don't know. It was a bit of a weird yellow card, that one. To be honest, the ref was poor that game in the Sevilla game, but we drew that game 2-2, and in the end, it was just a poor second half. Really, you know, it was just one of them halves where we just kind of gave up. You know, we was winning 2-0. It looked, to be honest, we looked all right. We was literally playing them on the counter attack, but it's just a poor, like the poor final, 10 minutes was just utterly shocking. So in the end, obviously we drew that game. So next week's game against Sevilla, that's going to be massive for us. So on to this weekend. I didn't really spoke about it. It is Nottingham Forest. Obviously, they are down in the relegation fight at the moment, so it's going to be harder. And obviously, we are playing away, and our away form this season hasn't gone too well, especially the last couple of games. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen. Obviously, it all depends on who starts in defence. They haven't won in their last couple of games, to be honest. So that's a kind of good thing that we are facing Nottingham Forest. But obviously, it is at the City ground, so it's going to be a hard game whatsoever. But I think we'll be too good. I think if we play like we did in that first half against Sevilla, and if Nottingham Forest don't turn up, then I reckon we will get a couple of goals. So for my score prediction, I reckon I'm gonna go 3-1 Man United. I reckon we will get a couple of goals. I reckon Nottingham Forest will score. But I think it'll probably be a consolation goal. I'm going to go 3-1 Manchester United for the score prediction. So anyway, guys, I'm actually going to end it here for today. So please like, comment and subscribe. And don't forget to leave your score prediction below. So right, guys, I'm going. Bye.